Hey YouTube, how's it going? There's a difference between fragrances that are meant to push off the skin and ones that are meant to stay in your scent bubble. So let me give you some examples. One that is, to me, that smells better, like when it's pushed off, is Prada Black. So this is a fragrance that smells like vanilla, like a powdery vanilla mixed with a rubber tire kind of scent. Okay, all my compliments with this fragrance have come from my scent trail, or when I'm having a conversation and somebody's like an arm's length away from me. Okay, it's definitely a fragrance that just swims in the air, and when you smell it, it smells delightful, but up close, I don't like this fragrance. I just get too much rubber tire. Okay, so let's say you've been watching reviews and there's a scent that you think you're really gonna like, and you're like, oh yeah, I do like those powdery vanilla scents, and then you give it a shot and you're like, yo, this is too much, or this smells weird up close, I don't like it. Then that's probably an indication that it's meant to be something that grips people's attention versus something that's supposed to be snuggled into. Another example of something that I think works better in the air and pushed off is African Leather by Memo Paris. It's a really seductive, sexy, spicy cardamom fragrance, and I really think that it smells smooth and fantastic in the air, but up close, there's an underlying dirty kind of smell to it that I just don't like. Like when I smell it on my wrist, I'm like, yeah, I don't really like it. But when I'm minding my business, just walking around, and then I catch whiffs of it, I'm like, oh my God, it smells so good, especially in this weather. I don't know if you can hear the wind, but it's like the rain is just pelting on my window right now. But yeah, this is perfect for African leather type of weather. So another one, in case you haven't smelled those two, that I've mentioned a lot is the Drop Rosé by Mancera. Now, I actually think this one kind of smells good up close too, but it definitely shines in the projection, in the scent trail. This is a loud fragrance right here. People will definitely smell you if you have this on. Kind of smells like Jamba Juice in the opening. Then it dries down to this woody kind of base, which is really, really nice and rounds out the fragrance nicely. Well, I said nice twice, but yeah, so this is another one that pushes off. A more popular one is Dior Sauvage. That scent, to me, like it can get a bit too peppery when you're close to it, but it is a scent, like in the scent trail, you're like, oh yeah, that's nice, that smells really good, like I really enjoy that. So yeah, things like that. Now, on the other hand, fragrances that are meant, or that smell better up close, to me, are the skin scents like L'Homme by YSL, La Nuit de l'Homme by YSL. There's Pie by Givenchy. Like these, I call them sex fragrances. I mean, if you're trying to get intimate and you're trying to get down to business, these are scents that people are not going to want to get off your neck because they're so seductive and they just want to stay there. So keep that in mind. But oh, let me mention this real quick. Mercedes-Benz Club Black, to me, is a fragrance. There's literally shit flying everywhere out there. Anyways, this is a fragrance that also smells better pushed off. All the compliments I've received from this one haven't been when I was like hugging somebody or like anything like that. It's always been if I was like an arm's length away, because this fragrance, like the other one, like Prada Black that I mentioned, just like swims around the air, but it's very, very cozy and seductive. So once you get a whiff of it, it's just kind of addicting to smell over and over again. So I know that there are some people that do like smelling this up close. And for me, this is a fragrance that I only spray on clothes. I only wear this when I have a sweater. And if you've noticed in my videos, I'll just spray it on the sleeves of my sweater. So if you have this fragrance and let's say you're talking to, I don't know, there's somebody that you like, spray it on your sweater, like let them wear your sweater and they're gonna love it. This is just a very sweet, cozy fragrance. Now, there are ones, and Ombre Nuit too is one that smells better in the scent bubble. However, there are ones though that are that happy medium that smell both, that smell amazing both ways, okay? Like Intense Cafe by Montal is one of those scents that will really capture your attention when it's in the air, but even when it's up close, people are still going to compliment it. Like when they're getting closer and closer, they're not going to be like, whoa, that's a bit too much. Like that's how I feel about African leather. But this is a scent that you'll smell it in the air, you'll get closer to it and be like, oh man, that smells divine, you know? So it does it perfectly, in my opinion. Like Intense Cafe is a sweet coffee rose fragrance, a little bit synthetic, but it gets the job done. Like to me, this is like a 9 out of 10 type of fragrance right here. So it balances both really well. Another one that I think does a good job of that is Leighton by Parfums de Marly. This is a sweet, also kind of like, yeah, it is a sweet fragrance, but I like the tartness of the apple in the opening. It kind of makes it a little bit more fresh. So apple, cardamom, vanilla scent right here. And if I can give another example, let me move this way. Naxos just bodies that perfectly. Like every single time, because there's people that use this Naxos whenever they come and want to spray things in my collection, and I will smell it like when they've been in the same room that I was in, like, and they're no longer there. I'm like, damn, it smells like Naxos. It smells fantastic. And then when I get up close and I give them a hug, I'm like, it still smells fantastic, you know? So I guess that's just, this is a simple video, but I hope that helped in case someone was like, yeah, why is everyone saying this fragrance is amazing, but it's ass? Of course, there is the whole scent is subjective thing, but I mean, if there's certain notes, like if it's a coffee fragrance and you're somebody that really likes coffee, but for some reason when you're spraying it and you keep smelling it throughout the day and it's not your skin chemistry and it's like on clothes, then maybe assume that it's something that is supposed to really just push off. And then also ask the people around you what they think about it, because they'll be honest. They'll be like, oh yeah, that smells good. Like I can smell you from here pretty much. And or if you get compliments on it without even having to say anything, then you have your answer. Anyways, that's the video. I hope you have a great day and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.